Good morning, children. Here the data is given. Using the given data, first we have to make a frequency distributed table with proper intervals, and then using that intervals you have to make a histogram. So first let us make the class interval. Continuous class interval. For that you have to first find out the smallest number in the given data. So I am finding here 4 is the smallest number and 56 is the highest number. So let us start the group with 0 to 10 as first group. Next 10 to 20. Next 20 to 30. Next 30 to 40. Next 40 to 50. Next one is 50 to 60. As we know that 56 is the last number, so we are going to stop with 50 to 60. And we are making the continuous class interval because histogram can be made only with continuous class interval. If it is discontinuous, then there will be a gap between the histogram. So it is always better to make a continuous class interval. For that you have to find the smallest number and the greatest number. You can also have many groups of 5 also. It is always better to have groups of 10. You can have it with the groups of 5 also, as a 5 as the difference also. In order to find the smallest and the greatest number, you can arrange this in the ascending order also. Now let me help you how to make the tally marks also. See, first number is 56. 56 lies between 50 to 60. So after reading one number, you cut that number. 56, if you are read means you cut that number and make one tally mark in between 50 to 60. Next one is 42. So 42 lies between 40 to 50. Immediately you cut this number. Next one is 41. 41 lies between 40 to 50. So you cut this number. Next is 42. Again it lies between 40 to 50. You cut this number. Next one 21. 21 lies between 20 to 30. So you cut this number. Next 28. 28 lies between 20 to 30. Cut it. Again 29. 29 lies between 20 to 30. Cut it. Next 19. 19 lies between 10 to 20. Next one is 15. 15 lies between 10 to 20. Next 19. 19 lies between 10 to 20. Next 17. 17 lies between 10 to 20. Next is 13. 13 lies between 10 to 20. So you have to make a block of 5. Next one 11. 11 lies between 10 to 20. Next 10. 10 you have to take it in the upper limit only, that is lower limit 10 to 20. So you will be marking in the class interval 10 to 20. Again 11. 11 again it lies between 10 to 20. Next is 18. 18 lies between 10 to 20. Next is 22. 22 lies between 20 to 30. Next one is 13. 13 lies between 10 to 20. Next one is 17. 17 lies between 10 to 20. Next one is 8. 8 lies between 0 to 10. 7. 7 lies between 0 to 10. 8. 8 lies between 0 to 10. 6. 6 lies between 0 to 10. Now 4. 4 lies between 0 to 10. 15. 15 lies between 10 to 20. 11. 11 lies between 10 to 20. Next 10. Again 10 lies between 10 to 20 over here. Next 11. 11 lies between 10 to 20. 8. 8 lies between 0 to 10. And 11 lies between 10 to 20. So 40 to 50 is 3. Where is 3? 3 lies between 2 and 4 over here. So 3 is here. 40 to 50 is 3. Next is 50 to 60 is 1. 1 lies between 0 and 2. So here it is 1. So now you write the scale. So 1 unit is equal to 2 centimeter and this is y-axis, and x-axis you are having 1 unit is equal to 10 centimeter. Hope you understood how to draw the histogram using the given data. First you made the class group distribution table using the given data. After making the table, I have made the histogram. In this histogram, the y-axis denotes the number of medals. So you will be writing in the scale 1 unit is equal to 2 medals. So in this question, when the frequency distribution was asked to make, you took the class interval as 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50 and 50 to 60. Based on this, we made the histogram. You can also take some other interval which is convenient for you. So like this, that is, you can take the interval as 0 to 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 60. In this case, we are having only 3 classes over here. And the frequencies are 22, 4 and 4. So total we are getting 60. And the histogram will be looking like this. So in both the ways you can make, either this way you can take the class interval in difference of 20 or else difference of 10 also. It's left to you. When it is not specified in the question, it is your wish to take the class interval. Now let me recap the continuous class interval and the discontinuous class interval. In continuous class interval, you could observe that the upper limit of the first class interval is equal to the lower limit of the succeeding class interval. You could easily see over here. Here there is 20 means here there is 20. Here there is 40 means the next one is 40. That is, upper limit of the first class interval, it will be equal to the lower limit of the succeeding class interval. This shows that this class interval is a continuous class interval. That is, there is no gap here. So for drawing histogram, we need always a continuous class interval. Now coming to discontinuous class interval, discontinuous is clearly seen because in the first class interval you are able to observe 1 to 3 and in the next class interval you are able to see 4 to 6. This number is not repeated over here. That is, the upper limit is not equal to the lower limit of the succeeding class. So this is the discontinuous class interval. And for drawing the histogram, you will always see that the class size is same throughout. If at any case if they are not same, you have to adjust the frequency and change it. That is a rule actually. That you will learn in 9th class actually. In 8th class, you have only all class size are same. You have the continuous class interval and discontinuous also. If it is given as discontinuous class interval, then you have to convert it to continuous class interval to make a histogram. How to convert it? I explained you already in one video that you have to subtract 0.5 and add 0.5. How did that 0.5 came? You could see the difference between these two limits. That is the upper limit of the first class interval and the lower limit of the second class successive class interval. The difference is always 1. You see 4 minus 3 is 1. Here 7 minus 6 is 1. 10 minus 9 is 1. So what we are going to do is this one we are going to divide it into 2 parts, that is 0.5 and 0.5. So we are subtracting 0.5 from the lower class interval and adding 0.5 to the upper class interval. This difference you denote it by h. So we are dividing this h by 2, that is 4 minus 3 divided by 2. H is nothing but the difference of upper class limit and the previous lower class limit. So it is 4 minus 3 by 2 which is equal to 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is nothing but 0.5. So only we are subtracting 0.5 from the lower class interval and adding 0.5 to the upper class interval. And when you do this to all these class interval, this full class group will become continuous. So this is the rule over here. So hope you understood how you got the how to do the discontinuous one to the continuous one. Why we are doing 0.5 to the subtracting 0.5 to the lower limit and adding 0.5 to the upper limit. Now coming to class size. Class size, in order to keep the same formula for both continuous and discontinuous one, what you have to do is you have to subtract the lower one from the lower one. That is, if you are having two successive class intervals, 20 minus 0 is equal to 20. Either you can do that, these two you can do, that is 20 minus 0. 20 minus 0 is 20, so the class size will be 0, 20. Otherwise, you can also do 40 minus 20. 40 minus 20 is also equal to 20. So, only I have written lower 2 minus lower 1. That is the lower limit of the second class interval minus the lower limit of the first class interval. Otherwise, upper limit of the second class interval minus upper limit of the first class interval. This gives you the class size. Hope you understood. And this is equal for all the class intervals. See, so 40 minus 20 is also equal to 20 and 60 minus 40 is also equal to 20. Now coming to the discontinuous one, again the same formula. What is 4 minus 1? 4 minus 1 is also equal to 3. And 6 minus 3 is also equal to 3. So the formula remains same for both the cases, that is lower limit of the second class interval minus lower limit of the first class interval. That gives me the class size, or upper limit of the second class interval minus upper limit of the first class interval. So this is a formula for finding the class size. This is in your 8th standard. In 9th standard, they may give you another sum where the class size is varying for some other groups also. After moving on to different class intervals, you will see the class sizes are varying. That you will learn in 9th class what to do. In that case, how to draw the histogram. You will learn in 9th class. See, in 8th class, you have only this. One is the continuous, the second one is the discontinuous. You have to understand both this class size and how to convert discontinuous to continuous. So class mark will be, what is class mark? Upper limit plus lower limit divided by 2. I discussed this in the other video also. Then once again I am recapping all this. How to convert this discontinuous to continuous, and how will you find the class size, and how to find the class mark. These all you should know in drawing the histogram. Also bar graph also. All these details you should know in the data handling chapter. Hope you understood all this.